10 years after feeding 2 orphan girls a warm meal, a luxury spaceship appeared at his door. Jonas Hale wrenched open his front door. A silver luxury starship hung motionless over his weed-choked yard, its hull gleaming under the dockside floodlights. Thrusters whispered heat across his gravel driveway. He froze. The ship dwarfed his single-story home. No markings, no hail on his comm. A klaxon blared from the port perimeter. Armed drones swarmed in from the east fence, 6 of them. Black wedges bristling with scanners and stunners. They banked hard, red lights painting his siding. Jonas stepped onto the porch. He planted his feet wide. No way these bots scanned his place without cause. "Stand down," he barked at the lead drone. "Private property." The drone ignored him. It dove low, emitter pulsing. Jonas lunged forward, arms out. He blocked the path to his door. Grease-stained coveralls stretched tight across his shoulders. Another drone flanked left. He shifted, boot-scraping gravel. "I said back off." Port Authority channels crackled on his wristcom. "Unidentified vessel. This is Director Voss. Power down and declare. You're in restricted airspace." The starship's ramp hissed open. A figure descended tall, lithe, skin a shifting mosaic of blue and silver scales. She wore a crisp ship suit, hair bound in a warrior's braid, her eyes locked on Jonas. "Jonas Hale," she said. Perfect dockside drawl, no accent. "We return." Kiri. 10 years melted away. The hungry teen from the storm night. Now a young woman with commander's poise. Drones buzzed closer. Jonas waved them off. "She's with me. Stand down." "Negative." Voss snapped over comm. "That's a billion-credit yacht. Possible hijack. Evacuate or be detained." Kiri halted at ramp's end. She raised empty hands. "We claim guest right, Director. By your laws." Jonas's mind raced. Guest right old spacer code, binding on ports. But Voss played hard rules. A second figure bolted down the ramp. Smaller, scales brighter, teal, hair wild. Mina, the little sister, now a lanky teen, shoved past 2 drones like they were toys. "Jonas!" She dodged a stun prod and slammed into him. Her arms wrapped his waist. "Missed you." He caught her shoulders. Firm muscle under soft scales. She smelled of ship recyclers and candy fruit, same as that rainy night. Drones encircled. One extended grapples toward the ship. "Touch it, and you're scrap," Jonas growled. He pulled Mina behind him. Director Voss's shuttle touched down across the fence. The man strode through the gate, flanked by 2 enforcers. Gray suit, tablet glowing. Rules. First glare. "Mr. Hale, step aside. That vessel's unregistered. Emergency jurisdiction seizure pending." Jonas didn't budge. "It's theirs. Kiri and Mina. They ate at my table 10 years back." Voss snorted. "Irrelevant. Run the profiles." Kiri stepped forward. "We are Kiri and Mina of the Vera Concord. This ship, Stellar Grace *, is ours by bond right." Voss tapped his tablet. "Concord? That's 3 sectors coreward. You 2 were reported lost. Assets in recovery." Mina peeked from behind Jonas. She fished a crumpled paper from her pocket, pressed it into his calloused palm. He unfolded it. Faded ink. *. 2 meals, 12 credits. Paid in full? Nah. On the house. Jonas. *. Timestamp. Decade old. Her receipt. His scribble. Jonas's throat tightened. He folded it away. "They're no assets. Family." Voss's eyes narrowed. "Sentiment won't override law." Captain Cade. "Send." The starship's hatch sealed. A human voice boomed from external speakers. "Director, this is Captain Soren Cade, Of Time's stellar grace asterisk. Passengers vouch for Hale. No hijack. Voss stiffened. Captain, your registry's clean. But these girls... Women, Kiri corrected. Voice steel. We repay. A life debt. Jonas fed us when Concord hunters passed our pod, Jonas remembered. Storm-swept docks. 2 scared kids. Shipwrecked. He shared his stew. No questions. Drones hummed impatient. Enforcers gripped batons. Mina tugged Jonas's sleeve. Don't let them take times. Grace asterisk. She's ours now. Voss raised his tablet. Initiating lean. Ships impounded until provenance clears. No, Jonas squared up. 6-foot frame. Mechanics build. You want it? Go through me. Kiri nodded once. Trust in her stance. Captain Cade's voice cut in. Director, transmit your claim. We'll counter from Concord channels. Voss hesitated. Port rules bent for big ships. But billion credit? Politics incoming. A shadow detached from the fence line. Woman in dark civvies. Badge glinting. Mara Quell. Recovery agent Jonas knew the type. Hired muscle with lawyer teeth. Director. Mara said. Smooth as oil. Contract here. Sisters are Concord property. Escaped assets. Kiri's scales flared warning blue. Lies. We severed ties at maturity. Mina pressed closer to Jonas. Her hand found his. Small claws pricked, but gentle. Jonas met Mara's gaze. They walked free once. They'll do it again. Mara smiled thin. Not without paperwork or force. Drones powered emitters. Enforcers advanced. Jonas scooped Mina behind his porch rail. Kiri ramp! She vaulted back aboard. Hatch, eye-rised, shut. Voss barked. Detain Hale. Jonas grabbed a loose pipe from his yard tools. Swung it loose. Drone scattered. Not today. Captain Cade's thrusters flared. Asterisk. Grace Times lifted smooth. Out of drone range. But it hovered. Loyal. Mara drew a stunner. Jonas hefted the pipe. Heart steady. These were his girls. Port sirens wailed distant. Reinforcements. Then Mina's comm chirped. She glanced. Eyes wide. Concord fleet inbound. For us. Kiri's voice from the ship. Jonas. Trust us? He nodded. Voss's tablet pinged. Face paled. Core fleet? On what authority? Mara cursed. Slipped back into shadows. The drones powered down. Voss retreated to his shuttle. This isn't over. Hale. Jonas lowered the pipe. Mina hugged him fierce. Kiri's ramp reopened. Inside, he said. Before round 2, they ducked into his kitchen. Stew pot still warm on the stove, his dinner. Mina raided his fridge. Human food. Like old times. Kiri scanned the room, remembered every detail. You kept the drawing. On the wall. Her childish sketch of 3 figures. Family. Jonas poured bowls. Debts paid. Stay anyway. Captain Cade entered last. Tall, scarred, professional. Hale. Proof of bond? Jonas tapped the receipt in his pocket. This. And 10 years. Cade studied him. Nodded. Concord owes you. Fleet's 30 minutes out. Mina slurped stew. Jonas's pack now. No taking. Kiri smiled faint. Chosen kin. Sirens faded, but Jonas felt eyes. Mara lurked. Voss schemed. Fleet meant questions. He set his bowl down. We face it together. Outside, asterisk Grace Times settled back in his yard. A billion credit shield. But the real bond? That worn paper scrap. It bound worlds. Jonas ladled another scoop of stew into Kiri's bowl. The wooden spoon scraped the pot's bottom. Steam curled up. Carrying garlic and carrot scents that filled his cramped kitchen, Mina shoveled hers down. Gravy dripped on her chin. Hot! Perfect! Jonas, you're still the best cook. Kiri wiped Mina's face with a napkin from the counter. Her movements precise. Like always. Captain? The log. Captain Cade leaned against the doorframe. Arms crossed. Scars on her neck gleamed under the single bulb. Play it. I need to see this bond myself. Kiri tapped her wrist cuff. A holo flickered to life above the table. Grainy footage bloomed. A rainy dockside night, 10 years back. Two small aliens huddled under Jonas's tarp awning. Skin pale blue, eyes wide with hunger. Him, younger, grease-streaked, pulling open his fridge. Here. Past Jonas shoved foil packets at them. Stew leftovers. Eat. Child Kiri clutched her sister's hand. Debt. We repay. Past Jonas shrugged. Ruffled child Mina's head frills. No debt. Just eat. The holo froze on his grin. Kiri's eyes met Jonas's. You gave everything. No questions. Cade uncrossed her arms. That's the receipt in your pocket? The one you signed? Cruz. Cade Singh. Cruz the one you signed. Jonas patted his shirt. The crumpled paper crinkled. Temporary guardian. Kept him out of lockup that night. Port Auth cleared it next day. Mina bounced in her seat. Jonas's pack. He signed for us. Family now. Cade's gaze sharpened. Concord law recognizes chosen kin. But humans. Your customs puzzle us. Fleet Command wants verification before docking. A thud rattled the door. Fists pounded. Hail! Open up! Director Voss, Port Authority. Jonas set his bowl down. Grabbed the pipe from the counter. Round 2. Kiri's cuff chimed. Fleet ETA. 28 minutes. Mina growled low. Frills flared. Cade drew a stun baton. Jonas cracked the door. Voss stood there. Uniform. Crisp. 2 drones hummed at his shoulders. Mara Quell flanked him, shadows clinging to her coat. Emergency hold, Hale. That ship's unregistered in human space. Passengers too. Surrender them. Now. Jonas blocked the gap. They're guests. Eating my stew. When this pieces, redders than why. Voss thrust a tablet forward. Red alert flashed. Security incident? Luxury liner in a scrapyard? Core fleet inbound changes nothing. I'm seizing under jurisdiction 47B. Drones whirred closer. Red lights swept the kitchen. Kiri stepped up. Voice steady. We claim sanctuary under Concord protocols. Voss sneered. Alien protocols don't override port law. Sign over custody. Hail, or we cuff you all. Mara's hand twitched toward her belt. Jonas caught the glint of a tranq dart. Mina whimpered. Clutched his leg. Not happening. Jonas pulled the receipt from his pocket, unfolded it, the faded ink. His signature. 10 years old. This says, I'm guardian. Temporary. But it stuck. Voss scanned it. Laughed. Expired. Irrelevant. Kiri tapped her cuff again. Holo receipt projected beside it, official Concord stamp. Extended. Fleet ratified last cycle. Drones hesitated. Voss's face tightened. Quell, secure the girls. Mara lunged. Jonas swung the pipe. Clanged her wrist. She hissed. Backed off. Enough! Kiri's voice cut sharp. Play the full log. The holo expanded. Footage rolled. Child Mina. Drawing on his fridge notepad. 3 stick figures. Blue. Blue. Tan. Labeled, pack. Him taping it to the wall. Stays up. Voss blinked. Drones powered down one by one. Jonas pushed the door wide. Ladled stew into a spare bowl. Eat first. Then talk. Voss stared. Mara froze mid-step. Kiri nodded. Human custom. Share food. Builds trust. Mina peeked out. It's good. Try. Cade watched from inside. Baton lowered. Voss took the bowl. Steam rose. He spooned a bite. Chewed slow. This. Protocol? Jonas shrugged. Common sense. Mara edged closer. Director. Stand down. Voss wiped his mouth. Logs authentic. Guardian claim holds. Temporarily. Mina cheered. Hugged Jonas's waist. Kiri's cuff pinged. Fleet. 18 minutes. Mara Quell. Your contract's void. Sisters are free citizens. Mara cursed. Slipped into the yard shadows. Drones followed Voss to his shuttle. Jonas shut the door. Locked it. Bought time. Cade holstered her baton. Impressive. Humans fight with stew? Works better than pipes sometimes. Jonas refilled bowls. Sat heavy. Mina climbed onto a stool. Frills relaxed. Told you. Pack. Kiri traced the wall drawing. Her finger lingered on the tan figure. You kept it. All these years. Jonas stirred his stew. Reminded me. Small things matter. Sirens whined distant. Fleet signatures lit his old scanner on the shelf. But eyes still watched. Mara wouldn't quit easy. Voss schemed behind desks. Cade checked her comm. Concord's filing your bond official. But retrieval agents like her? They bend rules. Jonas nodded. We bend back. Together. Mina slurped the last drop. Burped loud. More? He chuckled. Poured. The pot scraped empty. Kiri sat beside him. Shoulder touched his. Debt paid, but we stay. As kin. Warmth spread. Not from stew. From the quiet. The drawing. The holo ghosts of kids he'd fed. A new thud outside. Softer. Mara? Jonas gripped the pipe. Stood. Kitchen's safe. For now. Kiri rose with him. Cuff ready. Mina grabbed a spoon like a weapon. Cade grinned faint. Fleet's close. Hold the line. He cracked the door. Yard dark. Asterisk. Grace times loomed. Ramps sealed. A shadow darted gone. Not over. Jonas barred the door. Turned back. Mina tugged his sleeve. Story time? Like old days? Kiri smiled. Rare. Full. After stew, he ladled water for tea. The bond held. But fleet meant questions. Voss meant forms. Mara meant darts. One bowl at a time. The scanner beeped. Fleet Vanguard broke Atmo. Lights streaked skyward. Cade's comm crackled. Captain, stand by for boarding. She nodded to Jonas. Your move, Guardian. He set tea mugs down. Steam rose like promises. Welcome home, girls. Mina beamed. Kiri's hand squeezed his. Pack. But in the shadows, Mara's eyes gleamed. Trunk ready. One shot to shatter it all. Jonas felt the weight. Pipe in hand. Family behind him. They'd fight. With stew. Signatures. Trust. A engine rumble grew. Fleet shuttle inbound. He stepped to the window. Stars burned bright. Hours blurred into forms and scans. Fleet officers swarmed his yard. Tall. Scaled. Efficient. They verified the log. Stamped the receipt. Declared Kiri and Mina free. Voss sulked at the perimeter. Mara vanished into port traffic. Dawn broke. Grace porfueled up. Cade prepped departure. Jonas packed lunches. Same foil as before. For the jump. 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 Mina hugged fierce. Come with? Kiri pulled a new cuff. Concord Gold. For you. Access all. He clipped it on. Holo bloomed. Family sketch. Updated. 3 figures. Starship behind. Chosen kin. Kiri bowed slight. Cade shook his hand. Grip iron. Worlds OU, mechanic. Engines hummed. Ramps lifted. Ramps lifted. Jonas waved. Stew pot clean on the stove. Drawing brighter, but his scanner pinged. Mara's signature trailing them. He tapped the cuff. Kiri. Trouble inbound. Her voice crackled. We handle. Pack. Watches pack. Asterisk grace times lifted. Yards shook. Sky swallowed her. Jonas lowered the pipe. Alone again. Not alone. Cuff warm on wrist. Bond-bound worlds. A decade from one meal. And it grew. Port sirens wailed far off. Voss's last play? Mina yanked a fistful of galactic credits from her pouch. She slapped them on the vendor's cart. 3 skewers. Extra spice. The merchant's eyes bulged. His stall grilled meat sticks and fizz drinks sat in the heart of Portside Market. Humans froze mid-bite. A ripple spread. Galactics? Here? Jonas shoved between them. His hand clamped Mina's wrist. Gentle but firm. Easy, kid. That's not how it works. 10 seconds, he counted. Whispers turned to shouts. Phones whipped out. Aliens. Real ones. A crowd surged. Phones flashed. Elbows jabbed. Kiri stepped up. Her taller frame blocked Mina's side. Jonas. Explain. No time. He scooped the credits back. Pushed them into Mina's pouch. Vendor. How much for the skewers? The man stammered. 6 creds local. But those... He jabbed at the pouch. That's Concord Platinum. Worth a freighter. Mina blinked. Her wide eyes, iridescent blue, locked on Jonas. Repay smart. Jonas slapped 6 local creds down. Foil wrapped. From his pocket. The vendor snatched them. Skewers slid across. Crowd pressed closer. Photo! Just one. A teen lunged. Jonas pivoted. Shoulder checked him back. Back off. They're not zoo exhibits. Kiri's hand touched his arm. Cool scales against skin. Trust signal. She'd learned that from him years ago. Mina gnawed her skewer. Spice sauce dripped. She grinned. Tastes like home, but hotter. Jonas herded them forward. Arm out like a shield. Market alley narrowed. Stalls blurred fabrics, tools. Bootleg holovids. Portside buzzed with dock workers. Traders. Gawkers. Word spread fast. The girls from Hale's stew story. He'd walked this route 1,000 times. Mechanic's path. Shop to yard. To bars. Today, it felt like herding sparkflies. Stay close. He glanced back. Kiri nodded. Disciplined poise. Like a cadet. Mina bounced. Skewer in each fist. Impulsive spark. They broke into the main drag. Town square loomed. Fountains bubbled. Benches packed with lunch crowds. Phones rose like a forest. They're the ones. Lost aliens. Jonas planted feet. No photos. Port rules. Private citizens. A burly trader laughed. Rules. They're galactic rich. Saw the credits. False alarm. Jonas kept voice level. Practical tone. Mechanic fixing a jam. Just tourists. Pay local, eat local. Move on. Kiri echoed him. Precise words. Human accent flawless. We respect customs. No spectacle. Mina waved her skewer. Jonas's family. He fed us stew. Crowd oohed. Jonas stepped forward, filled the gap. You want stories? Buy my beers later. Now scatter. Grumbles rose. But his rep held. Doc tough. Fair fixer. They peeled back. Square cleared. He exhaled. Turned. Town small. News travels. Mina tilted head. You protected. Like pack elder. Kiri's gaze sharpened. Debt noted. Not debt. Jonas waved it off. Led them to a bench. Away from stalls. Sit. Eat slow. They dropped down. Fizz drinks popped open. Bubbles hissed. Mina slurped. Teach money? Yours flat. Ours glow. Jonas pulled a local cred from pocket. Thin alloy disc. This buys skewers. Bread. Fix. Galactics? Trade post only. Or black market panic. She snatched it. Bit edge. Shiny. Weak bite. Kiri leaned in. Mina. Boundaries. Got it. Jonas fished. More creds. Stacked 10. Lesson 1. Small. Buys small. Blend in. Mina pocketed them. Eyes lit. He ruffled her frill-soft quills atop head. Already paid. Stew. Was free. Crowd thinned. But eyes lingered. Portside whispered. Hoofbeats clopped. No boots. Heavy stride. Captain Soren Cade rounded the fountain. Uniform crisp. Luxury liner braid on sleeve. Grace's captain. He'd shuttled down to check security. Eyes scanned. Locked on Jonas. Hail. Walk went well? Jonas stood. Wiped hands on pants. Handled. Cade nodded to sisters. Ladies secure? Kiri rose a smooth. Mina bounced up. He stopped riot. With words. Cade's brow creased. Scaled ridges flexed. Riot? Exaggeration. Jonas shrugged. Money flash. Crowd surge. Fixed. Cade crossed arms. Tested now. Voice low. Blunt talk. Mechanic. You vouch for them years back. Fed strays. Now they drop a starship in your yard. What's your angle? Jonas met gaze. No flinch. No angle. They were kids. Hungry. Lost. I cooked. End. End? Cade pressed. Conquered heirs don't visit dirt-side mechanics. Voss circled. Mara sniffed. You gain nothing? Jonas snorted. Stew pot clean. Yard stamped. That's gain. Kiri stiffened. Captain. Jonas's kin. Chosen. Mina tugged Cade's sleeve. He blocks crowds. Teaches money. Family fights for family. Cade studied Jonas. Seconds ticked. Then grip extended. Iron clasp. Blunt answers. Rare. Accepted. Relief flickered. But Jonas caught it. Cade's cuff scanner pinged. Subtle. Ship status? Jonas asked. Fueled. Clear. Cade glanced skyward. But port chatter. Voss filed override. Emergency cease on Grace. Jonas's jaw set. Bastard. Cade's comm buzzed. Shuttle inbound. Fleet verify. Not fleet. Jonas pulled his new cuff Concord gold. Tapped. Holo bloomed. Family sketch. Voss. Plays last card. Sirens wailed. Distant now. Closing. Mina clutched skewer stick like a blade. We fight? Kiri's hand on her shoulder. Jonas leads. He scanned square. Exits clear. Crowd reforming. Phones out again. Back to yard. They moved. Cade flanked. Protective diamond. Alley shadows lengthened. Port edge neared. His shop loomed. Tools scattered. Engine hoist idle. Yard gate creaked open. Grace squatted massive. Hull gleamed. Ramps down. Fleet shuttle hummed overhead. Not friendly blue. Authority gray. Voss stepped out first. Clipboard in hand. Smug twist. Mara melted from shuttle shadow. Coat dark. Eyes predator. Jonas blocked ramp. Sisters behind. Cade at side. Over my yard, Voss. Voss smirked. Jurisdiction. Galactic tender unregistered. Seize. Kiri projected cuff. Authority seal. Flashed. Registered. Concord. Sovereign. Voss blinked. Prove. Fleet officers dropped in. Scaled. Efficient. Scanners out. One scanned cuff. Nodded. Clear. Airs free. Voss sulked back. Mara slipped away. Into traffic. Dawn edged horizon. Grace thrummed. Jonas packed lunches. Foil parcels. For jump. Mina hugged. Crushed tight. Come with? Kiri offered cuff. Gold band. Access all. He clipped it. Holo. 3 figures. Starship backdrop. Chosen kin. Cade gripped hand. Worlds owe you. Ramps lifted. Engines roared. Jonas waved. Pipe lowered. Alone. Cuff warmed. Sirens faded. Scanner pinged. Mara trailed. He tapped. Pack watches pack. Grace vanished skyward. Bond held. But Voss's file logged deep. Political eyes turned. Years later, it pulled. Jonas wiped bench clean. Skewer scent lingered. Phone buzzed. Unknown code. Mr. Hale? Concord attaché. Sister's request. Urgent. He paused. Cuff. Glowed. Worlds called back. Port stirred. New ship inbound. Luxury mark. He grabbed wrench. Ready. Jonas slammed the workshop door shut as the luxury starship's landing struts kissed the tarmac. Dust billowed. Engines whined down. Ramp hissed. Open. 2 figures bounded out Kiri, tall and poised in silver-trimmed robes, and Mina, vibrating with energy, her tail whipping the air. Jonas! Mina launched into a hug that nearly bowled him over. Her arms clamped like docking clamps. We came back. Kiri approached slower. Her eyes scanned the port. Sharp. We need your help. Again. He set the wrench down, extricated himself from Mina. Ship's a beauty. What's the trouble? Kiri tapped her cuff. A holo file projected between them. Glowing text scrolled. Galactic Concord seal stamped top. This. Our claim file. Jonas leaned in. Words hit like a plasma torch. Asterisk. Recoverable assets. Kiri and Mina. Class 7 heirs. Authorized retrieval by mandate. Of House Vexar. Bounty. 5 million credits. Status. Active. Asterisk. Assets? His voice hardened. You're not property. Mina snarled. Fangs glinted. Old law. From before you fed us stew. Kiri nodded. House Vexar abandoned us decades ago. Concord lists us as escaped chattel. We inherited their fleet. Now they want it back. Through us. Jonas scrolled the holo. Retrieval agents named Mara Quell topped the list. This from 10 years back? Persistent. Kiri dismissed the projection. We dock here to honor our debt. But Voss will impound Grace again. And Quell hunts. Mina tugged his sleeve. Your family. Cuff says so. He glanced at the gold band on his wrist. Warm pulse. Won't let that stand. Stay put. I'll handle Voss first. Port Authority loomed across the yard. Jonas marched in, file hollow clutched in his fist. Voss hunched over his desk, clipboard ready. Hail! Jonas slapped the holo onto the desk. It flickered alive. Claim file glared. This. Says the sisters are property. You impound their ship? You back this crap? Voss squinted. Scanned lines. Smirk faded. Concord matter. Not my jurisdiction. Bull. Jonas jabbed the holo. They're registered heirs. Sovereign. You detain them. It's kidnapping under human law, too. I vouch. Give them lawful path customs clearance. No seizure. Voss leaned back. Fingers drummed. Proof they're not coerced? Humans trafficking aliens big, fine. Check the cuff logs. Jonas thrust his wrist forward. Chosen kin. Decade bond. They came to me free. Voss scanned it. Data streamed. Reluctant nod. Clear. For now. File paperwork. Provisional stay. But political eyes watch. Don't make me regret. Jonas pocketed the holo copy. You won't. He turned for the door. Goal met. No detention. But Voss's eyes lingered hungry. Back at the workshop, sisters waited inside. Mina tinkered with a fuel line. Kiri stood guard. Ship loomed outside. Ramps up. Clearance bought time. Jonas locked the main door. Voss plays nice. For now. A shadow crossed the window. Knock rattled the side door. Jonas peered through the slit. Woman in dark coat. Predator smile. Mara Quell. He cracked the door. Mr. Hale. Her voice purred. Hand extended a sleek datapad. Friendly chat. Settlement offer. Jonas stepped out. Blocked her view inside. Say it. She tapped the pad. Hollow bloomed. 2 million credits. Transfer code ready. Hand over the assets. Kiri and Mina. Clean. No questions. Deadline. 48 hours. They're not assets. He deleted the hollow with a swipe. Heirs. Free. Back off. Mara's eyes narrowed. Practical man like you? Dockside mechanic. 2 mil buys a fleet of shops. They imprinted on you cute story. But House Vexar owns them. Concord backs it. Jonas crossed arms. Cuff says kin. I say no. She slipped a card into his pocket. Think. Retrieval's legal first. Then, force. Your port. Your life. She melted into the crowd. Jonas crushed the card. Tossed it. Pack up. Back room. Secure. Mina bounced up. Hide and seek. Hide and safe. He led them to the workshop's rear. Reinforced door. Bolt locks. Stacked crates formed a nest. Cameras here. Food stash. Cuff links us. Kiri knelt. Placed a hand on his arm. Debt weighs heavy. Take the ship. Credits. No. He bolted the door. Family doesn't buy out. Mina curled in the crates. Tail wrapped around knees. Story time? Like old days. Jonas sat. Pulled ration bars. Once, 2 girls landed hungry. Hours ticked. Night fell. Workshop hummed quiet. Jonas monitored feeds. Mara circled the perimeter once. Vans idled at port edge. Voss's logs pinged alerts queries from off-world. Cuff warmed. Kiri's voice. Captain Cade holds grace. Fleet inbound if needed. Good. Jonas whispered. Stay low. Dawn cracked. Phone buzzed. Voss. Hale. Escalation. Quell's got warrants. Conquered attaché lands in hours. Deliver them or I impound everything. Jonas gripped the tool bench. Lawful path, you said. Path closed. Voss hung up. He checked the back room. Sisters slept tangled. Mina's head on Kiri's lap. Peaceful. His wrench hand tightened. Mara's deadline loomed. 24 hours left. But the cuff glowed brighter. Mina stirred. Eyes open. Trouble? Always. He ruffled her frill. But we fix. Port stirred. Shuttles hummed. A new shadow fell, not grace. Black Ops craft. Retrieval team. Deploying. Jonas grabbed the claim file holo. Time to fight dirty. He slipped out the side door. Wove through stacks of hull plates. Goal. Reach Voss before Quell. Confront with the cuff's full logs. Expose Vexar's abandonment. Fleet drone buzzed overhead. Mara stepped from it. Blaster holstered casual. Time's up, Hale. Not yet. He dodged into an alley. Heart pounded. Sisters' lives on his line. Voss's office ahead. Guards flanked it now. Stand down, Mara shouted behind. He burst through the door. Voss jumped. Hale. Look. Jonas projected everything. Cuff data flooded the room. Sisters' inheritance docs. Vexar fraud scans. They're not assets. Fraud. You seize. Concord indicts you. Voss paled. Scanned. This changes. Mara stormed in. Blaster half drawn. Door slammed open. Captain Cade strode in. Uniform crisp. Fleet officers at heels. Scaled skin gleamed. Concord override. Airs confirmed. Mara froze. Holstered slow. Cade nodded to Jonas. Your vouch held. Pack watches pack. Voss slumped. Cleared. All cleared. Jonas exhaled. Sisters safe. For now. But Mara's eyes burned. This isn't over. Vexar sues planets. Back at workshop, Kiri hugged him. You fought. Mina beamed. Family. Ship ramp lowered. Grace waited. But Cuff pinged. New alert. Vexar Armada signal. Incoming. Jonas stared skyward. Wrench ready. Bond just ignited war. Jonas bolted up the Grace's ramp, wrench in one fist, multi-tool in the other. Alarms wailed from the starship's hull. Kiri waved him aboard, her scaled arms urgent. Stabilizers locked. Sabotage. He ducked inside. The air hummed with sterile luxury polished decks. Glowing panels. Mina clung to a rail, eyes wide. Jonas! It won't lift! Captain Cade blocked his path, uniform taut over scaled shoulders. Human. Prove your worth. Landing gears jammed. Vexar's people hit us during the standoff. Jonas nodded once. No time for talk. He followed Cade to the engineering bay. Consoles flickered red. Schematics hovered in hollow. Stabilizers fused at the mounts. Deliberate. Jonas muttered. He traced the fault lines. Hydraulic lines severed clean. Feedback circuits fried. Someone sliced power relays mid-dock. Kiri activated a recorder drone. It buzzed overhead, lenses fixed on him. Evidence. For Concord. Show your skill. Mina peeked from the hatch. Fix it, Jonas. Like old times. He ignored the praise. Slid under the access panel. Gears ground above, stabilizers straining against clamps. The whole ship shuddered. If they forced undock now, the gear would shear off. Crush the dock workers below. Jonas yanked scrap from his belt. Dock cable, conduit flex, a fusion welder tip. Cade. Kill main power to stabilizers. Manual override only. Cade's claws tapped controls. Power hummed down. Done. 60 seconds before backup surges, Jonas pried the jammed actuator. Oil slicked his hands. He smelled burnt circuits, acrid, sharp. Rerouted the primary line with cable. Twisted conduit around the severed hydraulic. No time for pretty. He sparked the welder tip into a bypass arc. Sparks flew. Metal hissed. The drone whirred closer, capturing every twist. Human ingenuity, Cade said, voice low. We use neural links for this. You. Improvise. Practical. Jonas grunted. Sweat stung his eyes. He fed the bypass through the gear housing. Locked it with a clamp scavenged from his tool. Tested, tension solid. Mina cheered. He's doing it. Kiri's tail flicked approval. Competence proven. Arkin. Dock lights flickered outside, then died. Blackout. Emergency klaxons screamed across the port. Power cut! Cade barked. Mara's team. They're forcing our hand. Jonas crawled out, grease-streaked. Bypass holds. Undock now. Gear'll retract, partial enough to clear. Cade punched commands. Thrusters whined. The Grace groaned. Stabilizers bucked. Below, shouts rose. Dock workers scattered as clamps released. But the left gear stuck. Half extended. It dragged. Screeching metal. Crush imminent. Kiri yelled. Jonas sprinted to the ventral hatch. Open it. I go manual. Cade hesitated. Insane. Do it. Mina tugged her arm. Hatch irised. Jonas dropped to the underbelly, mag boots clamping. Wind howled. The gear loomed a ton of alloy, swinging wild. It smashed toward the dock platform. Workers dove aside. He swung across struts, reached the jammed pivot, Sabotage weld glowed hot Vexor's mark. Jonas jammed his multi-tool into the seam. Torqued. Hard. Gear vibrated. Nearly flung him. He wedged the bypass deeper. Sparks bit his gloves. "Come on," he growled. Thrusters flared. Ship lurched up. Gear retracted with a final crunch. Cleared the dock by meters. Jonas hauled back inside. Hatch sealed. Grace soared. He slumped against bulkhead, breath ragged. Kiri pressed a cloth to his cuts. Mina hugged his leg. "Family fixes." Cade scanned him. "No exploitation here. Only loyalty." Concord will see the recording. Dock receded below. Stars beckoned. But Jonas's cuff pinged Armada signatures, closing fast. "They're here," he said. Cade's eyes narrowed. "Vexor fleet. Jump drive. Spooling. Hold on." Grace banked hard. Mina squealed excitement. Kiri gripped Jonas's shoulder. Trust sealed in grease and sparks. Warp field built. Stars streaked. They jumped into unknown space. Jonas exhaled. Sisters safe. Bond forged. But Vexar's shadow loomed. Hours blurred in hyperspace. Grace hummed steady. Jonas wiped tools in the bay. Cade approached. Datapad extended. Logs synced. "Your repair flawless. Even our techs marvel." He shrugged. "Dock work. Happens." Mina bounced in. "Play the holo. Show how you crawled." Kiri activated the projection. Drone feed replayed. Jonas under the gear. Sparks flying. Gear halting mid-crush. Crew gathered. Scaled faces leaned in. Whispers rose. Human endurance. Without augments. One engineer traced the bypass. "This holds under stress?" "Improvised?" Jonas nodded. "Tested it." Cade dismissed them. Turned to sisters. "Heirs, your vouch for him stands, but Vexar claims custody. Legal nets tighten." Kiri straightened. "We choose. Jonas fed us when lost. Decade passed. He family now." 2. Mina nodded fierce. "Not assets." Jonas shifted. "Just did right." Alert chimed. "Normal space." Grace dropped from jump. Sensors lit. "Neutral station ahead." "Conquered outpost." Cade docked smooth. "Voss cleared us planetside, but Vexor lawyers swarm here. Mara too. Ramp lowered. Airshift ozone and fuel." Jonas stepped out first. Protective. Crowd milled, then parted. Mara Quell strode forward, suit crisp, drone escorts humming. "Hail, sisters. Warrants served. Return the assets." Kiri clutched her recorder. "Play this." Projection burst. Repair sequence. Sabotage reveal. Jonas's crawl. Mara's eyes flicked. Tampered evidence. Captain Cade emerged. Fleet insignia gleamed. Concord verified. Hale's actions saved the vessel. Vexar, sabotage, confirmed. Station security flanked her. Mara stepped back. "This delays, not denies." Mina tugged Jonas. "Tell them. Family." He faced Mara. "They choose. Walk away." She smirked. "Vexar sues worlds. You'll testify." "Vexar. Vexar. Vexar." Grace's bay doors sealed behind. But Jonas's cuff vibrated. Private channel. Voss. Armada diverted. But inbound relay. "Vexar. Demands extradition. Protect them." Jonas pocketed tool. Eyes on stars. War brood. Days passed in station lockdown. Jonas tinkered in a borrowed shop. Kiri drilled protocols. Mina shadowed him, handing wrenches. "You're good," she said. "Like Dad should have been." Kiri overheard, softened. Vexar never was. Bond deepened. Trust, built brick by act, then breach. Alarms. Mara's voice boomed. Retrieval. Authorized. Activosh. Retrieval. Authorized. Blasts rocked the dock. Security fired back. Jonas grabbed sisters. To Grace. They ran. Kiri uploaded final logs. Mina sealed hatches. Cade powered up. Jump in 10. Mara's team breached outer bay. Blasters whined. Jonas covered rear. Fired warning shots, dock pistol hot. Back off. One agent lunged. He sidestepped, tripped with a wrench sweep. Down. Grace undocked rough. Stabilizers held his fix true. Warp again. Free. Kiri hugged him tight. Debt repaid? No. Eternal. Mina beamed. Pack forever. Jonas smiled, faint. Sky, endless. Family chosen. But sensors pinged post-jump. Vexar Armada tracking. Wrench ready. They flew on. Blaster bolts scorched the bulkhead inches from Jonas's heel. He yanked the service hatch open and shoved Mina through first. Go! Kiri! Cover! Kiri's pistol cracked twice, dropping a drone mid-air. Sparks rained. Mina scrambled into the dim tunnel, her tail lashing. Jonas followed, hauling the hatch shut behind Kiri. Latches clicked home. Inspection teams rerouting, Kiri panted, checking her scanner. Voss's lawful goons. Mara's shadows slipped through cracks. Jonas gripped his dock pistol. Greasy conduits hummed around them, knee-deep in coolant puddles. His boots splashed as he led the way. Service grid's mine. We hit loading bay via sub-3. Grace waits. Mina tugged his sleeve. Jonas. They're jamming comms. Cade? He tapped his cuff. Static hissed. Captain. You read? Tunnel's hot. Captain Soren Cade's voice cut through. Sealing corridors now. Cameras loop to maintenance feeds. You've got 8 minutes to bay. Don't waste. Bulkheads groaned as distant hatches slammed. Jonas pushed faster, wrench clipped to his belt clinking. The girls matched his stride, Kiri precise, Mina darting like a shadow. Air grew thick with ozone. Why tunnels? Mina whispered, eyes wide in the glow strips. Know 'em blind. Jonas grunted. Fixed half this station. Voss wants his security inspection. Mara wants you caged. They ducked a junction. Jonas pried a grate, revealing a narrow vent crawl. In. Quiet. Kiri went first, her lithe frame vanishing. Mina hesitated, then dove after. Jonas wedged in last, elbow scraping rust. His shoulders brushed walls. Breath steady, he counted turns. Left at the power relay. Right past the fuel scrubbers. Alarms wailed faintly through metal. Mara's voice boomed over port speakers. Sisters Kiri and Mina. Stand down. Retrieval authorized by Vexar directive. Non-compliance forfeits sanctuary. Mina growled low. Lies. We're free. Focus. Jonas hissed. Bay ahead. They spilled into a maintenance alcove off the loading bay. Grace loomed through the viewport, her sleek hull lit by dock lamps. Ramps retracted. Captain Cade's crew hustled cargo drones inside. Jonas cracked the door. Mara stood center bay, flanked by 4 agents in black vac suits. Blasters drawn. Port security hovered wary at the edges. Voss's inspection team. Badges gleaming. Mara's eyes locked on the door. Hail. Step out. Hand over the assets. Jonas shouldered the door wide, pistol low. Kiri and Mina flanked him, hands raised but defiant. No assets here, Quell. 2 free citizens. Demand public hearing. On record. 22. Mara smirked, tapping her wrist pad. Port Authority grants no hearings mid-incident. Vexar lien supersedes. Surrender. Voss pushed forward from security cluster. Uniform crisp. Director Voss. This starship's a security breach. Emergency jurisdiction. I'm seizing Grace. Cade appeared at the ramp. Arms crossed. Captain Soren Cade. Registered owner. No breach. Cargo manifests filed. Challenge it legal. Agents advanced. Blasters rose. Jonas stepped between, voice level. Touch them. You answer public. Witnesses everywhere. Mara laughed sharp. Lockdown clears bays. No witnesses. Mina's ears flattened. She yanked her scanner free, claws flying over keys. Wrong. Wrong. Port screens flickered. Every monitor in the bay, cargo boards, security feeds, announcement panels froze. Then, rolled ancient footage. Grainy holo. 10 years back. Jonas's dingy dockside canteen. 2 scrawny alien girls, Kiri wide-eyed at 12. Mina tiny at 6, huddled at his counter. He slid over steaming synth broth and bread scraps. No words, just a nod. They devoured it. Tails curling grateful. Gasps rippled. Dock workers paused loaders. Security lowered weapons a fraction. Voss blinked. Mina beamed fierce. Proof. He fed us. Saved us. Family chooses him. Crowds gathered mechanics. Traders. Pilots drawn by the hijack. Portnet pinged viral. Cameras swarmed live. Mara snarled. Hack. Shut it down. Cade's voice boomed from Grace's externals. Broadcasts. Mirrored to public relays. Pull it. You fry the grid. Jonas faced Mara square. Hearing now. Witnesses vouch. They stay. Voss cleared his throat, glancing at swelling crowd. Record shows prior aid. Vexar claim. Unverified. Stand down, Quell. Port protocols demand review. Mara's agents shifted uneasy. She holstered slow. This buys hours. Vexar sues worlds. You'll testify, Hale. Grace's bay doors hissed inviting. Jonas waved the sisters aboard. They choose. Walk away. D. Mina tugged him. Tell them. Family. He met Mara's glare. They choose me. Every time. Mara stepped back. Delays, not denies. Bay doors sealed with a thud. Jonas exhaled. Cuff vibrating. Private channel. Voss. Armada diverted for now. Inbound relay. Vexar demands extradition. Protect them. Jonas pocketed his wrench. Eyes on the stars through viewports. War brewed. Days blurred in station lockdown. Jonas claimed a borrowed shop near Grace's berth. Sparks flew as he tuned stabilizers. Kiri drilled escape protocols nearby, her voice steady. Warp vectors logged. Jonas. Your fixes hold. Mina shadowed him, handing wrenches without ask. Her small hands steady now, teen frame filling out. You're good at this. Like Dad should have been. Kiri overheard from her console. She paused, ears drooping soft. Vexar never was. Jonas ruffled Mina's head frills. No words needed. Trust built brick. By act wrenches passed. Meals shared. Watches stood. Then breach. Alarms shrieked station-wide. Mara's voice boomed again. Retrieval. Authorized. All units. Converge. Blasts rocked the dock. Port security fired back, shouts echoing. Jonas dropped his tool, grabbed the sisters. To Grace. Now. They bolted corridors, Cade's seals buying paths. Blaster whine chased. Jonas covered rear, dock pistol barking warnings. One agent lunged from a side hatch, face mask blank. Jonas sidestepped, swept the wrench low. Leg buckled. Agent crashed. Back off. They hit Grace's outer bay. Kiri uploaded final logs to the nav core. Fingers blurred. Mina slapped, hatches sealed, overrides snapping. Cade powered mains from the bridge feed. Jump in 10. Strap. Mara's team breached the bay doors, plasma torches hissing. Blasters whined hot. Jonas fired cover. Bolts sizzling air. Ramp up. Grace undocked rough, clamps shearing. Stabilizers thrummed his dockside, fixed true. Warp coils whined to life. Kiri hugged him tight as acceleration pinned them. Mina beamed, claws digging his arm. Pack forever! Jonas smiled faint, staring at the star-streaked viewport. Sky endless. Family chosen. Sensors pinged post-jump. Vexar Armada. Tracking signatures faint but closing. He gripped the wrench. They flew on. Director Voss's gavel cracked like a blaster shot. Emergency hearing convened. Port Assembly Hall. Full record. All parties. State your claims now. Jonas shifted on the witness platform, boots scuffing the grated floor. The hall packed tight dock workers crammed shoulder to shoulder, hollow screens beaming the feed station-wide. Kiri stood rigid beside him, frills flat in focus. Mina clutched his sleeve, eyes wide but steady. Across the aisle, Maraquel leaned forward, her recovery badge gleaming. Captain Cade sat neutral at the captain's bench, arms crossed. Voss pointed. Port Authority first. Director. Voss speaking. The luxury starship Grace docked unregistered 2 cycles ago. Voss barked. Alien vessel. High-value profile. Triggers emergency jurisdiction security hold until claims cleared. No departures. Voss barked. Technus. Alien vessel. Murmurs rippled. Jonas clenched his jaw. They'd jumped clear of Mara's breach team, outrun the faint Vexar signatures, docked back at Epsilon Port to end it legal. No more running. Captain Soren Cade, Grace Command. Cade rose smooth. Ship under charter to Kiri of Vexar Prime. All manifests filed. No violations. Passenger Jonas Hale cleared as guest dockside credentials verified. Voss scribbled. Noted. Maraquel. Recovery operative. Mara stood tall, voice slicing cold. Sisters Kiri and Mina Vexar assets. Escaped custody decade prior. Contract breach. I claim retrieval rights. Full custody transfer to Vexar handlers. Ship impound secondary. Evidence packet uploaded. Holoscreens flickered. Mara's docs scrolled. Old manifests labeling the girls training cadre. Signed by Vexar Corps. Jonas's gut twisted. Assets. Not people. Kiri of Vexar Prime, Voss said. Kiri stepped forward, tablet in claw. Frills lifted slight confidence Jonas remembered from their first meal. Her sharing ration bars like secrets. Claims on Grace. Mine. Charter paid. Jonas Hale. Guardian by choice. Decade bond. No assets. Free persons. Mina squeezed Jonas's hand. He squeezed back. Proof? Voss demanded. Kiri tapped the tablet. Submitting now. Ship logs. Full transit from Vexar Prime. Repayment transfers. 10 million credits to Jonas Hale account declined pending hearing. Jonas affidavit. Sworn dockside. 2 cycles back. Holoscreens exploded in data. Grainy log from 10 years ago. 2 scared girls at Jonas's stall. Frills drooped. Bellies empty. He slid them synth meat skewers. No questions. Eat up, kids. Port's no place for strays. Fresh logs rolled. Their return orbit, Kiri's voiceover. Debt to Hale. Life. Repay with ship access. Credits. Alliance. Jonas's affidavit glowed next, his thumbprint bold. Fed 'em when lost. Watched over 'em dockside. They left safe. Chose return. No exploitation. Family. By act. Dock workers whistled low. A wrench clanged dropped somewhere. Mara shot up. Fabricated. Girls imprinted trauma bond. Vexar law supersedes. Hale's a mechanic. No status. Cade cleared throat. Captain's log concurs. Kiri commands full. Hale aided repairs. Grace flies true because of him. Voss scanned data, brow furrowed. Hale. Jonas met every eye Voss. Mara. The hall. Practical words only. No claim on ship or credits. Helped 2 kids once. They came back. That's it. Mina tugged him. Family. He nodded. Yeah. Request protected residency both sisters. And a school enrollment form for Mina. Local tech academy. She's sharp with systems. Silence hit hard. Then chuckles built dockside grins spreading. Mara snarled. Insane. Turns down 10 million? Proof he's coercing. Quiet. Voss boomed. Transfers show offer made. Declined. Logs clean. Affidavit binds guardianship human custom. Port recognized. No Vexar override without alliance warrant. Kiri's frills flared bright. Accepted. Mina bounced. Claws clicking. School. Jonas teach. Captain Cade nodded fraction. Clears grace. Fuel topped? Voss banged gavel. Port recognizes Jonas Hale as chosen guardian. Sisters Kiri. Mina. Protected residency. Granted. Schooling petition. Fast-tracked. Starship Grace. Cleared for departure and return. Any port. Hearing closed. Cheers erupted. Dock workers stomped feet. Tools raised like flags. Hollow screens blazed the hook. Hale turns down fortune. Asks for school form. Jonas exhaled slow. Mina hugged his leg fierce. Kiri gripped his shoulder, claw firm, eyes locked. Not debt. Bond. Mara stormed out, calm buzzing angry. Cade approached, hand extended. Solid work, mechanic. Warp coils hold? Like new, Jonas said.